Did you know that you have cells in your body that break down your bones? Yeah. So your body has a bunch of different cells with a bunch of different functions, and one of those cells typed happen to be osteoclasts, and their function is to break down and remove bone. So the function of the osteoclasts is if you have any bone tissue that is old or damaged or just like we don't want it anymore, it breaks it down in order to make way for new bone tissue to be deposited by the osteoblasts. Now, normally this is all good. The osteoclasts break down the old yucky bone that we don't want anymore, and the osteoblasts come in and remodel, which means building new bone tissue and laying out a new bone structure. Normally this is all well and good, but of course sometimes things can go wrong, and if you have overactive osteoclasts, it can lead to a bunch of disorders, such as osteoporosis, where your bones degrade faster than they're being rebuilt. The osteoclasts are like, we're going to go double time and speed run this thing, so much so that the osteoblasts can't really keep up. And that, of course, causes all sorts of problems because you need your bones to keep your body in the shape that it is and also to be able to move properly. So we don't really like when our bones are being broken down. But we can also have things go in the other direction, where you have diseases due to either overactive osteoblasts or underactive osteoclasts. One of these diseases, now while I couldn't 100% find if it's caused specifically by osteoblast, osteoclast, whatever, one of those diseases is FOP, or fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva, or FOP, the easier one. That is when you get bone tissue deposited where it's not supposed to be. So you have tissues in your body turning into bones when you don't want them to. So your movement tissues are no longer doing movement because the cells in them, instead of being made of muscle cells, they are being turned into bone cells. And we don't want that. So as it progresses, your body tissues gradually ossify, which means being turned into bone. So it is a progressive disease, which means starting at birth, it gradually gets worse and worse. It is also called human statue disease because that's essentially what it's doing. It is turning you into a living statue because as it progresses, you can no longer move. Your body stops moving. And it's not the same really as paralysis because paralysis is different, it's involving nerves and all that. This is, your nerves are still working, you just physically cannot move because your muscles and tendons and ligaments are being turned into bone. And bone doesn't move. Bone helps other things move by connecting to it. So fortunately, this disease is very rare because it is kind of scary. We don't like it. But yeah, bone cells and bones are just very, very interesting.